Hello world, it's me, Fandor, the musical robot, and today I want to talk about the brand new PVZ game that's going to be released soon. And that game is Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. And I want to talk about my personal thoughts and feelings on it, and we'll get to that right about now. Number one, what I do like about it. One of the biggest things about Plants vs. Zombies Replanted that I am really excited for is definitely not only just the HD graphics, but the extra features that they're going to be adding. I am seriously excited for all of that stuff because I feel like that was stuff that the original game was sorely missing out on. Stuff like the HD graphics, the multiplayer, especially the PC version. Again, stuff like the multiplayer and other mini games and stuff like that that wasn't in PC is now going to be there with HD graphics and other types of things. I'm just really happy that all that stuff is going to be added along with the extra stuff that's going to be added, like the bonus levels, the permadeath modes, the cloudy day mode, and possible skins that you can unlock by completing different challenges from what I've seen, though I can't be for sure on that one, so don't quote me on it. Another reason as to why, like, PVZ Replanted is going to be, at least for me, a really exciting game is the fact that they seemingly actually put an attempt. It feels like they actually cared. They tried. They really gave it their all to try to make the remake as good as they could with with everything that they had, and especially with the rotten reputation that EA/PopCap has had nowadays, it's nice to see them at least seemingly try to do something. It's not a lot, but you need to realize that someone like another company like Nintendo would not put in this amount of effort. If they made, say, a remake of Mario 64, they probably wouldn't really put in any new content. It would literally just be the exact same game, but a bit higher quality. Not really much else. So I would say is to be thankful that you're getting anything at all. But that's just my personal opinion. Number two, what other people think about it and how I see their perspective of it. So, about what others think. Some people, such as ampersands or Skelly, I don't know if that's how you pronounce their name, but we'll go with it, are very highly critical of Plants vs. Zombies Replanted and don't seem all too happy with the game. But other people such as myself, Koala PVZ, and Twilight Chomper Enthusiast are a bit more forgiving on the game of its positives. Now, while I personally do respect all their opinions, I do understand why some people may not like it. At the same time, I don't understand this perspective as well. Well, I do and I don't. I understand it because you want something more original, but at the same time, I would say to just be happy that we're actually even getting anything. If you want to know, if you're a non-PVZ fan, we haven't really gotten much of anything over the last couple of years. There's been PVZ 3, of course, that's gone on and off over and over again, but that game seemingly isn't doing all too shabby itself. In fact, it seemingly is actually doing pretty poorly and isn't liked by the majority of players. So that's not very good for obvious reasons. But just so you know, is that there isn't that much, and I personally believe that we should be happy that PopCap/EA is even giving us anything to begin with, because stuff like this doesn't really happen much anymore. And the fact that we're even getting anything is again pretty astonishing. What I dislike about PVZ Replanted and what I think can be done to fix it. Now, while I do obviously love and am very excited for PVZ Replanted, that doesn't mean that I don't have my issues myself. And while most of my issues aren't actually with the game itself, I will go over the issues that I do have with the game itself before moving on to my other problems. So, the game itself. Well, this is kind of petty, I will say is that at the very least, could you give us co-op online? That would be awesome. I would love to do co-op online with PVZ Replanted. And plus, this could revitalize the series as a whole, meaning that possibly a ton of new players might be introduced to the game because of Replanted, meaning that having an online versus mode for both new and old players would be amazing. And I kind of count as more of a newer player, so that would be nice to not have to go up against pros that would absolutely destroy me if I tried playing against them. So, yeah, I would say that's actually probably one of my only main issues with the game because personally, I don't actually have any other real issues. Actually, there is one. There is one more. And this isn't a necessarily an issue if it's not in the game, but it could be if it's implemented in this way. And that is microtransactions. Now, microtransactions aren't always a bad thing. Keyword, they aren't always. Or keywords, whatever. Either way, they can be okay in some cases, like in Garden Warfare 2, where they aren't intrusive to gameplay and, well, they're so unintrusive that I didn't even know they existed for years. Only figured out they even existed until very recently. So, yeah, something like that would be very nice in Replanted, where if you want, you can pay to speed up things a little bit, but it's not really all that necessary to do so. Now, I want to keep this last point more brief than the others because like it it's just it's really sad. But maybe if this game does well and because of the at least tiny amount of effort that seemed like it was put into, please bring back the original artist. And that's actually my main issue is that the original artists weren't brought back to redo all of their work. And while yes, PopCap/EA do technically own it, it did seem very, very strange to me that they just kind of used these other people's work without bringing them back or at the very least asking them. Like the original two artists for the backgrounds and for the main artist of Plants vs Zombies or designer, I guess, didn't even know that Replanted was even coming out until they saw the trailer. They didn't even know, and they were internal people behind the original Plants vs Zombies, which I find very strange that they didn't just bring them back. But that is still, while it is definitely a massive issue, it's not the absolute worst thing. But I still would have rather have them just be brought back and just redo everything. It would have been cool to see. But that's really all I have to say about Replanted. I enjoy the game, and personally, I can't wait to play it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, and good luck.